It turned on to the right of me, muted, and apparently we are winning against Denmark. Isn't that interesting? Aren't you happy to know this? I'm sure everyone wants to know that it is currently 1-0 in our favor. But I'm totally not telling you from which country. And the game just froze again. What's going on? Seriously? Okay, hang on. Right, I don't know what that was. I hope it doesn't return again, because else I'm just gonna have to be recording this later. But yes. We are 1-0 ahead against Denmark! Woo! I don't see how this will affect me in any way, but still, woo! Yeah, I'm not really much of a soccer fan either, or football fan, or whatever you want to call it. Dependent on which side of the world you're from, and I think most people that watch these videos are Americans, so... or supposedly... Actually, I don't know where I'm from. People seem to be mostly American nowadays. Or... bleh. Let's just assume I'm right. This is the best way to look at things, really. Just assume everything I say is correct, and never watch the Ghost Rider. And then I got interrupted by someone entering my room. Isn't that great? Oh yes. And I'm leveling up mid-battle. Boom. That missed, mostly. Boom. That worked-ish. But yes. Everything is good. I am always correct. Never watch the Ghost Rider. It's a terrible movie, even with Ewan McGregor and Pete Rothman. Yeah. Come on. Come on, little character people. Follow my direction. Why are there so many enemies around here? I mean, really? There's no need for all those enemies around here. Boom. But yeah, I think I'm just gonna keep it at one playthrough of this difficulty of the main quest and just leave it at that because it's taking so long. That would apparently needed more points. What does this guy use anyway? I guess that one every once in a while, so whoop. Whole bunch of green dots here. Prairie dogs! Awesome! I'm way too lazy. I'm going that way. I'm following the golden arrow. I am going to finish this main quest. I'm going to finish the expansion's main quest. And then I'm going to bury this game because I'm getting sleepy. I'm probably not going to do most of what I just said today because still... I think it's still quite a long way to go. And yeah. My character can follow that. The thing is, the second... if I remember correctly, the second and third difficulty settings are actually quite a lot easier because, well, first of all, you can have 5 characters on the... If I remember correctly, you can have 5 characters on the second difficulty setting and 6 on the third one. But it might be 6 on the second and 8 on the third one, I'm not entirely sure, but you basically have so many characters that you can't die anymore. And, well, at that point you can also keep pets, which is actually kind of fun. The pets are... I don't think they're actually as good as the normal characters, but they are kind of amusing and a good way to get rid of stuff you can't really use anymore. Because basically the pet system, I don't know if I talked about it before because it's really... This game has been going on for like 5 months now, so I can't really remember what I've talked about and what I haven't, but basically you have to feed them items to make them grow, and you can feed them swords and armor and money, and the more expensive an item is, the more money you get, the more he grows, and after a while you can have some pretty big pets, which is kind of cool. Personally, I prefer to just use normal characters because, well, I like items and I like money and I like to buy things every once in a while, which really you stop doing after a certain point in the game, because everything you find is better than what you can buy. But you know, it's a thought that counts, and there's a portal over there. Huh. But yeah, the pet system is interesting. I like how you can just feed any single pet in the game, like giant swords and armor and stuff that you can also wear with half giants. Even if it's like a small blob that you give it to at first. But yeah, it's a pretty interesting system. And I think in multiplayer, you can't actually... Well, I don't actually remember it entirely. I think you can have a pet and you can't use any of the NPCs you can use here, like Amarin and stuff like that, but I might be wrong. It might also be that you can get one single of those characters, but if you do, you can't get a pet anymore. Then, yeah. I think I got a pet when I used to play this on multiplayer, and it doesn't really help much, really. But it's still pretty amusing. Yeah, that's all I really got to talk about at the moment. I have talked about everything. Arr. So, now I'm just gonna continue for a while. I don't know how much... I think I have like 300 gigabytes of hard drive space left for recording today, so... I should be able to go on for quite a while, at least until my voice starts giving out, because... As I said before, I kind of have a cold at the moment. And I'm really thirsty at the moment, and I don't have anything to drink nearby, so... I may have to pause the game at some point to get some water, but... Yeah. For now, let's just happily enjoy... happiness and stuff. Also, I got a new headset since the last time I started recording Dungeon Siege, mostly because... very mysteriously, my old one broke in 3 pieces. I don't know how that happened. I think it was Mega Man that caused that, actually. I'm in Rampage mode over there. Yeah. But, yeah, that one kind of exploded. So I need a new one. And I had the creative fatality, or Fatal 1T, exclamation mark, whatever, headset thing. Now I have the Mark II. And I actually, in terms of sound quality, I think this one is better, but I definitely prefer the microphone of the old model, because this one isn't quite as adjustable as the previous one. Because this, the other one was basically a microphone on a stick. A rubber stick that you could just move around in whichever way you please. And this one is more of a traditional microphone that you can just move up and down, basically, and not from side to side. And I personally prefer if you can move it around all over the place, because, well, that way you can find a more suitable place to put the microphone when you're recording stuff like this. And with microphones like this, if there is no good place to put the microphone, you're basically screwed. You will have those little poofs every time you say the P or an S. Like I'm breathing into the microphone, and personally I find that really annoying to listen to, and also one of the reasons why I don't listen to my own videos ever. But that's mostly me, really. I don't like listening to myself talk, and I can't imagine why you people like it, really. But that does explain why the putt-putt videos get more views than the Dungeon Siege videos, so... Yeah. I really want to play a putt-putt game again. Those are nice and short. Don't get me wrong. Don't get me wrong. I don't mind if a game is long. It just... I want to be able to play different games, and if I play one game like I can only play one game like this at a time, and preferably while doing other games at the same time, like, well, Serious Sam in this case, and whichever other game I was recording at the time. I don't really remember what I'm currently recording, because it's been 3 weeks and I haven't really checked out anything. Which also reminds me, actually, if I tried my best to respond to comments in the last 3 weeks, but if I haven't, I'm sorry, basically. And they probably got lost in the mail somewhere, because I had about 300 emails I had to read through after 3 weeks, while recording, or while responding to most of the PMs I've gotten and stuff like that. And after a while, I just went screw it and just said read all to everything after looking if I had anything that wasn't YouTube related or stuff like that. So if I haven't responded to you, then it's because I am a selfish bastard who can't be bothered, basically. And now you know. And isn't that a great role model? Oh yes.